Let me tell you about our first guest. Our first guest today is a very special man. Jeff Smith is better known as the Frugal Gourmet, right? He calls himself the Frug, and he's become one of the most popular cookbook authors in history with two, not one, but two books on the bestseller list for more than a year. Jeff is also an ordained Methodist minister, and he has brought his cooking ministry to millions of TV viewers. I think we see him here in Philadelphia on Channel 12. Today he is going to make one of the more unusual recipes from his latest book, which is called, knowingly enough, the Frugal Gourmet Cooks American. Let's have a nice welcome for Jeff Smith. Good morning.
Hello, Jeff. It's very nice to see you.
I will not employ the FBI.
I won't do anything like that.
I am not a cook.
How are you? I am a host. I'm fine.
Yes,
it's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
I want to say right now, my mother is one of your biggest fans.
She's much smarter than you are, that's for sure.
And I want to know, what is this thing hanging around your neck? Oh, I have wondered about this for
Is this for your mother or for you?
Well, it's a combination deal.
All right, let's close in and you can see this. This is a piece of jade from China. It's 300 years old. It's a fish. You see a carp from the China Sea. And the carp is a member of the goldfish family. And therefore, it is to make you wealthy, and jade is to protect you. This was given to me by a very dear friend, and I have all 10 fingers and 3 bestsellers, so it's
Something's
working.
Your latest book is called The Frugal Gourmet
Yes.
Cooks American.
This is your copy. You can have
I
that
appreciate
one.
that
Yes.
very much. Not autographed.
I paid for that myself.
Woo, good for you. Now, Jeff, I can't help but notice we've got a blender here.
No, that's a mixer. That's a KitchenAid mixer.
See,
A blender,
I'm not
something
really
else.
up on this stuff.
Yes.
I know
This
how
is
to
a camera.
defrost.
This is an audience. These are people.
I noticed that. In fact, those people are from Tom's River.
Tom's River. Hey!
And we also have some folks from the Craft Fashion Institute in the audience today.
Really? I don't know which they are.
And right over here we have some specialized fans of the Frugal Gourmet.
I watch you 5 times a week.
They love them.
I love it. Thank you. Thank
All right,
you.
let's get right to it. What do we want to make?
I want to cook a dish for you of sweet potatoes with cranberries. These are both very American foods.
Sweet potatoes and cranberries.
Yes.
Will I be implicated in this cooking?
I hope so.
All
Let me
right.
show you. First of all, a quick lesson. Yes.
See what we can do with the
Let's
apron.
let's get him hooked up here. Here you go. Don't mess that hair. I'm so jealous. It's disgusting. There you are.
All right.
I hope your mic isn't gone. Yes, I bet you can't tie yourself. Are we on?
We're ready to go, Jeff.
This is wonderful. Okay.
All right, let's go. Thank you
All
for
right.
making it so tight. All right.
Now, first lesson. When you go into a supermarket, they advertise yams and sweet potatoes. That's nonsense. This is a yam, and this is a sweet potato, and this is a sweet potato, though this one is called a yam in the supermarket. That's not true. Both of these are sweet potatoes, and they belong to the Americas. These came up to us from Mexico, and they're all sweet potatoes. These are members of the Morning Glory family. But when the Africans came in, they brought a yam with them, and they confused the names. It's not the Africans' fault, it's your supermarket that's at fault. And I'll show you what I mean. This is a good red or orange, you see. Isn't that beautiful? That's what we normally call a yam, but it's not a yam, it's a sweet potato, and this is another variety. There.
Well,
great for holiday cooking.
If that's not a yam, what is?
It is a sweet potato. A yam, oh, it's a great big, it's called a batata, technically, which came, again, part of them from South America, but the African yam is a member of a very strange herb family that grows underground. They're not at all
What you're saying is we don't really get very
We
many
don't
yams.
have them. Next time you go into a supermarket and the guy's peddling yams, go up to him and either pinch him on the cheek or belt him and say, you can't do this, you see? All right. What I've done is to cook 6 yams. I put them in my KitchenAid. Let's hook this up. Somebody yelled, oh, you're not doing Thanksgiving dishes, are you? No, this is live, isn't it? It better be.
It is live right
I whipped
now.
them up. Now, to that, I'm going to add, where's my recipe here? I'm going to add just a bit of salt. You don't need a lot of salt. I've cooked them ahead of time and peeled them.
Very
We add
carefully
salt.
measured.
Oh, listen, always. A couple tablespoons of butter.
Very neatly handled.
Yes, yes, yes. And then we're going to add 1 egg here. You can throw that in. I'm really sticking my neck out throwing that. No, take the shell off. That's
Watch
it.
this. Can I do it one-handed?
Sure you can you? I'll clean up the mess. Oh.
I did it.
Well,
Anybody want the shell as a souvenir?
you certainly did. Now, I'm going to add some raisins to this. This is what we're making is a sweet potato souffle. And raisins are common in the South, but my son Jason thinks only communists put raisins in their sweet potatoes, so he's not watching this morning. He's in Seattle. 3 tablespoons of grated orange peel. There, that's plenty. That'll give it a
Where did this
wonderful
recipe
flavor.
come from, Jeff?
This comes from, that's my little,
Okay.
we'll make a southern I'm about a fourth of a cup of whipping cream, or half and half, or you can use milk. But we want this to be rich.
Why make a face? Oh, you want it rich and
Sure.
hearty.
And a shot of nutmeg. A little bit of nutmeg.
I'm really very impressed with your measuring techniques.
You know, it took me years to learn to do this. Just took me years to learn to do this. All right, now then we need 2 cups of cranberries that have been chopped up. Next lesson on American food. The cranberry is ours, along with the sweet potato. They've never been seen in the rest of the world. Well, they have little bitty ones in Scandinavia called Ingenberries or Frieseberries or something like this. But in early times in America, they called these bounce berries. Do you know why?
No, Jeff.
Thank you. If they do not bounce, they're not any good.
No more ping pong balls for me.
And we discovered this when an old man who had 1 wooden leg stored his cranberries, this is the truth, in his attic, and in order to get them downstairs, he'd roll them down the stairs rather than carry them. This is the truth. And those that bounced off the stairs, he realized were good, and those that stayed on the stairs were bad.
What
and that's
a fountain of knowledge we
and
have
to
on the
this
show
day-
today. Gee, who
To this
knew?
day, we still use that same machine for grating cranberries in America. We have this old guy with a wooden leg. Never mind. All right, let's get a couple cups of chopped up cranberries in here. Mix that up. Now, somewhere under this counter, they're supposed to, here it is. We're going to bake this. Where's the dish? Well, I don't have a dish. Well, we won't have to put it in a dish.
There's
will
a
we?
dish.
No, I've got something else. Ouch. We're going to put that into a casserole and bake that at 375 until it's good and hot. Oh, 10 to 20 minutes, you see. The little marshmallows are
Mold.
another southern.
I thought maybe it grew these things. No.
You're nasty. You're nasty there.
All right.
That's the dish.
Well, let's take
it's
a look.
very delicious.
This is the.
Take the crank down. A KitchenAid is well made. It's a piece of restaurant equipment originally. There you go.
Okay.
So
this is what we're dealing with
put in
right
your
now.
dish.
What do you do next?
Then you
put it
put this
in
in a greased baking dish.
Right.
Put some marshmallows on top,
Right.
and you're set to fly. I want you to taste this.
Oh, I'd love
Please.
to taste it, but I have one question. I always thought
What
a
is it?
souffle was something that involved a very delicate cooking procedure. You're
right.
calling this a souffle.
With egg whites puffed up
Yeah,
and all
exactly.
that. Well, down south they call this a sweet potato souffle. This is what you have on Sunday dinner after church, along with fried chicken and greens cooked for about 2 months.
Moons?
Months.
All right, I'll
Try
have
it.
a
But with the
taste.
cranberries, it's not as sweet.
Good.
I'm sorry.
I
you're
love
so-
the cranberry
I'm sorry
taste.
you're so shocked.
No, it's good. Raisins. I like the cranberries, and I give it an 8.5, 5 on the Boggs 1 to 10 scale.
That's pretty good around here,
Okay.
isn't it?
Do this. We'll take a break. If
I know,
you're going
I
to show
promised
us
to
some
talk to
kitchen
you.
gadgets, one of the women in the audience had a question. Just
Yes.
come over here for a second. I want to find out. You're a fan of the Frug, right? Hi, what's your name?
Wendy Isaacs.
Wendy, good to have you here. Just step in. What's your question for the Frug?
My question is, how do you learn that technique? I see you have a frying pan of flipping the
Yes.
ingredients in
I'm,
there.
I'm sorry, I don't have any to show you right now. The secret, is it Wendy? Is to be sure and leave the pan sitting forward. Most of us tip it back when we want to throw things, and they go right over our shoulder. Tip it forward, and the stuff will automatically begin to slide to the center of the pan, the front of the pan, right? It's at that point that you simply give it a little flip. Let it slide forward first, give it a little flip. Unless you're using frozen peas, it'll work fine.
Thank you.
All right,
Wendy, thank you very much.
That's a nice question. Thank
All
you.
right, we got some of your favorite devices, and we're going to show a special brownie recipe, and we'll take some phone calls. So where do you want to start?
Gadgets?
Gadgets.
All right.
Gadgets.
Actually, gadgets are to replace the old people that we had in the kitchen, actually the old slave days, literally. And now in our time, you see, nobody can afford domestic servants, and we refuse to do what George Washington and Tom Jefferson did. They ran their kitchens with slaves. So in our time, we find other things that will work beautifully. My favorite domestic servant, which takes the place of at least 14 people in your kitchen, is a KitchenAid. This is a wonderful piece of equipment. I've never done a television show without one of these, because I have to do my own cooking. And this takes the place of a lot
Even
of
like
help.
if you were on the Tonight Show, you would have that with you, like sitting next to you in a chair?
I doubt that Carson would allow me to cook much, but
That's
I would
probably
have
true.
it there. Yeah,
So
sure.
at KitchenAid number 1. What's number 2?
It's a great Christmas present. Number 2, Lord, I don't know. Here's my favorite, my gift this year for my friends. This is, let's prop it up with a cookbook here. This is a Cameron smoker. I just found this thing. It's a stainless steel pan, has a handle on it. This really sounds silly, Bill, but you'll see it has a rack inside, these little bags of sawdust, and a pan, and underneath this pan, I hope you can understand this. Underneath this pan, you put some sawdust. Then you put the drip pan, then the rack, put a couple of trout on this, put it on a hot burner, close it up, turn on the kitchen fan, and in 15 minutes you have fresh, smoked, hot
What a great
trout.
idea.
It is murder.
But there was one key thing.
What is it?
2 words. Kitchen fan. Smoke, smoke, smoke.
Yes,
You need exhaust.
Otherwise, do this out in the backyard with the neighbor dog. stand nearby. That's a flavor injector. When I cook a turkey, I inject sherry and melted butter into it. And then the turkey is so looped when he goes in the oven, he thinks he's having a great time.
So what do you try to get? You try to get a fresh turkey then. You don't get one of these frozen ones that's already pre-basted.
Frozen turkeys are not a bad
But
thing.
you'd rather have a fresh turkey.
But even if it is frozen, why use that anyhow?
Okay, fine.
Here's a great device. This is a meat pounder. Feel the weight on that. Now that's going to cost you about $20.
Anna Miko could be using these for her exercises here. $20, huh?
People do turn into this show, don't they? No, $20 for this. And the reason that I call it frugal is because you can take a cheap piece of meat, beat the blazes out of it. It'll just flatten it out, you see. Pan fry it very quickly, and it's wonderful. Here's another one. This is an imported mandolin that'll cost you about $20. And it will cut up vegetables like mad into little sticks or in very thin sticks, or simply slice them. It's from Germany. Brought in by Moha Company. This is my favorite mandolin.
And so you just put the vegetable in there. We have a
Just
phone
cut
call.
it up. Just cut them up.
On the line right now, Georgianne. Hello, Georgianne.
Hi. Jeff, do you like to use microwaves?
I can't hear you, dear.
Microwaves. You use
Do you like
microwaves.
to use
I have 3 microwaves. One in my kitchen in Tacoma, one in my test kitchen in Seattle, and one in my studio in Chicago.
You use them?
I do. I do not cook meat in them, but I think it's wonderful to poach a fish in them.
Why not? Why
because
not?
it doesn't have the same crunchy yumminess to me. But you can do wonderful things with poaching or with vegetables simply by putting a fish, for instance, or some vegetables in a plastic bag, a good one, a heavy one that's for microwave, and instead of using water, throw in a little wine. Then you don't even have to add salt. Throw the little fish in the machine, you know, count to 32 or whatever you do, and oh, it's good. I love them on
Georgianne, I thank you. Fan number 1 right here. Would you just step over here, please? I know you came all the way down to see Jeff Smith when you were walking in. Hello. Hi, what's your name?
Maria Sickles.
Maria, what's the question?
Could you explain the method again of confit? I have tried it a dozen times. Doesn't come out.
I will not have time to give you the whole recipe, but I will explain the principle.
That's what I want.
Confit is simply a poultry that's been cooked in its own fat very, very slowly, and then you let it, you preserve it in that fat. In the old days, there's a way of doing it, preserving for the wintertime.
But no water. Don't use any water.
Tiny bit of water to get the fat going. See, I take the skin off and the fat and render that with a little bit of water. Then you put the meat into the fat and put the lid on and talk to it. Threaten it. For heaven's sakes, don't cook it. So you just let it
You're not talking to it.
Is that why it got tough, though? Is that the reason it got tough? Because I tried cooking it, even on I have an electric stove with a very low.
This is when it gets tough. This is what you use on it when it's tough.
Is that why it got tough?
You didn't talk to
Confit is in the second cookbook on wine. Do it very, very gently. I'll have to talk more with you to find out what your problem
Maybe
is.
after the show you could chat more.
Okay, I'll be here.
Actually, follow him back to Seattle. He'll show you the whole thing. We have Ray on the line right now. Hello, Ray.
Hello, Jeff.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm Bill. This is Jeff. Yes.
Jeff?
Go.
Jeff,
Yes,
how are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, I'm very interested to know what types of hot peppers are available in jars that you would consider to be the hottest around.
This is
Hot
Something
peppers.
that you could use on maybe like a cheesesteak or a hoagie.
Hot peppers available where?
in the Philadelphia area.
I
What
have
would
no
be-
idea, sir.
But the question
I'm a
is what,
Seattleite.
what types are available in jars? or cans?
Well, my favorite is simply no, don't, not yet, not yet.
It is hot.
My favorite is simply a jalapeno. You can buy them either pickled. If you wanted hot ones, buy them either pickled or you can buy them in the markets. Or go down to the Italian market. And they have peppers on every block. There are 5 or 6 different kinds. Remember that you need to ask the merchant, is this hot? Is this mild? Is this a salad pepper? And go from there. And if your cooking is a little flat, buy a jar of Victoria brand jalapeno salsa. And then stand back because it'll rot your pots. It'll ruin your forks. And it's heaven.
But
Great stuff.
It's great on the
Oh,
old...
it's murder. It's murder.
You got a giant pepper mill around here.
That was for you.
Really?
What happened to it?
Oh, there it is. I knew I had seen it before the show. What's it?
Well, I was told you like peppers.
I do like
I went down to Fonte's in the Italian market. They have the best selection of cooking gear in town, and I said, "Give me the most outrageous thing you can have for a pepper lover." And I had to carry this to the studio. I felt like Easter Sunday.
That's just,
Well, I didn't put any.
No,
know
that's
it's
my
peppers.
question.
Isn't that crazy?
Does this, because it's so huge, does it make any difference in the size?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Right.
This is not at all. This is no more functional than a smaller one.
There's only
but
one.
It's a kick.
There's only one problem with it.
What is it?
You're having a romantic dinner.
Yes,
The
yes.
waiter leaves this on the table.
Yes.
Right between the two of you. Yes, dear. No,
and you
dear.
stand up and you say, "May I give you some pepper, darling?" Why, you'd kill the poor dear.
You
You better be careful.
We've got. I like brownies. Virtually everybody likes brownies. You have in my opinion, probably one of the most unusual recipes for brownies I've ever heard of, and I want you to get to it right now.
This is so complicated.
And we're going to have audience samples and reactions. So.
This is so complicated. I have one batch. Now watch closely. I have one batch of brownies, and I'm going to add to this 3 cans. This is American now. Chocolate is American. 3 cans of green chili chopped. Because when Cortez came to this country and found Montezuma drinking cocoa sauce, it consisted of, and I'll give you the recipe now, a broth, cocoa powder, vanilla, cinnamon, no sugar, and pepper sauce. I use Tabasco in my chocodol, as they call it. So I realized that peppers are very American. The brownie is very American.
You just keep
so
on
I mix
mixing.
this
I'm
up.
going to hand out a few.
Put 3 cans
here.
of peppers in your brownie mix, bake that off, and listen to them howl. It's simply delicious. I know it sounds inconsistent, but tell me what you think. Isn't that good? Did you try one yet? You chicken?
No, I haven't. I'm going to
Chicken?
try one, and over on this side of me, I've got a couple of audience tasters
All right.
who are going to give an honest reaction to brownies with...
Green chili brownies.
Well, it's not Alice B. Toklas.
We'll be back. No, don't go.
I'm waiting. I'm
Isn't
waiting
that
for it to
good?
kick in.
No, it doesn't. It's not going to hurt.
No, it doesn't.
These peppers are not that hot, but you see, that wonderful pepper flavor goes beautifully with chocolate. Isn't that fascinating?
All right, now, here are some
We've got a Windsor over here.
unbiased observers here. Your reaction?
Usually brownies are real heavy. This is light and it tastes great.
Your reaction?
It's delicious.
Right. And on the back row, stand up.
It is good, but it's like spicy. Spicy.
It's like spicy. Oh, you know, it has sort of like an afterburn to it.
Afterburn,
I'm
yes.
going to be interviewing Marla Hanson, and while I'm interviewing her, back of my throat is going to be going, help!
Oh, it's not either. You're all right. You're going to last.
This
You're
is
gonna last.
this is Jeff Smith's book. It is called The Frugal Gourmet Cooks American. Jeff Smith, you can see him tonight at the King of Prussia Plaza upper level next to Stearns.
That's it.
There'll be a sign that says Stearns. He'll be standing right next to it like that. Jeff, it's a
They
pleasure
don't
to
pay you
meet
for this, do they?
No, this is all extra stuff.
I hope so. Thanks a lot. You got to find a job, Bill.
Help! We'll be back with Marla Hanson right after this. Oh, water!